So here we can see the general idea of a database. So let us focus on the table over here. This is the table that, of course, it's not long enough, right? So it's supposed to be right here, lah. It's supposed to be a long list of, table, right? In a table, this is the header, right? There's a header. This is the header, right? Let me just put in this one, okay? These are the header. Okay, these are all the header, lah. This one. Just go up over here. Okay, these are the header, and these are okay. So basically, in this table, this is okay. Before we can actually go inside here, right? What is this table about, right? This table is to record the customer order, all right? To record customer order. So you are trying. So what you are doing now is you try to build a database. A database, which means a way to systematically structure your information, right? And what database is this? This database you are trying to build is to collect and record, right? Oh, here record lah. All right, to record the customer order. Okay, you are creating a database, which means a place for you to collect the customer orders record. Is it clear? So this database has different, what is this different field, right? Different field for you to input, or different attribute you want to get from this customer order. Customer come to you understand? You have your business, customer come to you. First you want to do is you want to have the customer order ID, then you want to have the customer ID, then the customer name. All right, over here we got Azad. All right, somehow he's inside here. All right, and his address is KL. I don't know is it true or not. And the region over here refer to the sales reps. All right, the sales rep is Hassan. Is Hassan here today? Hassan not here. Hassan not here. That guy Ponteng, right? Alright, the guy Ponteng. So Hassan is the agent. Basically, these are agent to this customer. Alright, then you have the order date, which is today, and then you have the product ID, which is 2 product, and then product order, which is the pen and pencil, and then the quantity is 1, 3, and the price is 5, 10, which sum up to total of 35. Okay, this is a database, all right? So you're trying to collect. You're trying to collect what? You're trying to collect the customer order. So the customer come to you, order from this agent, all right? This sales rep, this particular item. And then you put them into a table. Is there any issues? All right. Is there any issues you see from this table? Let me just pull up this issue to here. All right. Is there any issue that you can see from this table? There are some issues, right? And this is very clear to you that this is a database, right? Means next time when you want to retrieve some information, you want to know how much pencil you sell, you cannot see them because you combine both into one. This is very clear, okay? First thing over here, the issue you can see is you combine the products. All right, you combine the products in one single row. And this is a major flag, all right? It's a major flag. Because later when you want to check back how many stock you have retained in your system, you cannot check them efficiently. Not that you cannot check them, all right, but you cannot check them efficiently and effectively. You can still check them, but it is not efficient. But if you come to the point where you have 1 million transactions, and then 1 million of them, you record it like this. One person come into the grocery mart, they buy like 10 items, and then all the 10 items inside one row. Okay? It will be chaotic, right? It will be chaotic, and then you cannot capture the informations you want not correctly, all right, effectively and efficiently. So what you should do, all right, over here, what you should do with this problem over here is you can normalize, all right? There's a term, all right, we call it normalization. And there is actually 3 levels of normalization. Well, the well-known one NF, 2 NF, and 3 NF. Okay? Let us start with the first NF. First NF is very simple. Based on this table over here, we don't look at the complicated things yet. The first problem itself is there's a group, right? This and this, okay? So first NF explains to you that each records should be at atomic value. You know atom? Who learned chemistry? Atom. Atom is one atom, right? Should be at atomic value. Means what? This is nonsense, lah. They're trying to make things complicated. It means that you don't have something like this, all right? You shouldn't group them into one. And how you don't group them into one row is how you do it. In this case row here, right? If you don't want to group this into one row, how you do it? You understand my question, sir? Not clear my question. Okay. Only is a problem, right? The problem is in order 1001, this row, okay, we can see that 2 product is inside this row. Okay? It means it is not at atomic level. Atomic level means that each of these column, right? Each of these cell inside here should only represent one thing. Alright, means atom lah. Atom means one lah, right? they're trying to make it sounds very big. Alright. So to solve this problem over here is how? How to solve this problem? You want to create another one, alright? That's right. So to solve this is instead of grouping them into one row, you reduce them into atom level. You look at me weird? Very simple. You reduce them into like this, alright? Basically you split them up. So now you have one row that records the pen and another row that records, let me just put a green over here, the pen, another row record the pencil. So the first NF is atomic. Alright, you want to reduce all the entry, the enter into atomic level. It means that you don't group for each of these attributes that you want to record. These are all attributes, right? You have your you have your order, right? You have your order, and then these are all the attributes that you want to record from that order. You understand what I'm trying to say? Attribute means that the characteristic. Attribute is like what? Attribute is like, this is the order, right? This is a customer order, right? A customer order, what you should know from a customer order, or what you should record from the customer order, are all the attributes. All right, this customer order should have the customer name. All right, should have the product that this customer order. So basically, these are all the attributes. All right, and then all of these attributes at first normal form, it should be only at the atomic level. Means each of these should be there shouldn't be any in any of these attribute. In any of these attribute, it should only represent one for each of the record entry. Okay? This is the first normal form. But the thing is that if you look at this thing over here, this table, is this table redundant, right? This table is still, we can still do something with this table, right? What I'm trying to do is we are trying to, this is an example of the database that you will create, and then we are trying to create a database which is effective, all right, and efficient, so that it can record the entry faster, all right. Then you can retrieve the entry faster. You also want to reduce the redundancy. Can this, okay, let me come down over here, this one NF, all right. Can the first normal form work in reality? Yes, it works. All right, you can have now you can have better display of your orders, right? You can have better, you can keep track better on how much pen has been sold, how much pencil has been sold, right? But what is the but over here? Not the BUTT, all right, but the but, all right. Over here, we can see that there is some little bit inefficient, right? It is inefficient and it is redundant for you to keep on repeating informations like this one, all right? Let me just, all right, information like this, information. If you keep on repeat the customer informations and then the product informations, this with this unit price, all right, they are linked. Why did I link over here to here? And the order details, all right. These are all informations that are repeated. They are linked because the product should have a fixed price unless the price changes. But usually when you have a product, the product will price accordingly. Over here, you can see that this table is redundant in a way that certain information is repeated. Is it clear? Boleh faham? Over here, we can see that this original, the raw table, it is bad. All right, it has issue because informations are overlapping inside one row. All right. Then we normalize it to the first form, which is at atomic level. We can see that now, since we split them, we have the redundant informations. All right. And in reality, this is just one example, all right? There are more examples. For example, we might have the same customer name, all right? There is another customer called Azab as well. But this customer Azad is actually staying in maybe PG, right, Penang. But actually this is not the same customer, all right. This will actually create some chaotic arrangement, all right, in a way that it will be less efficient. All right, the keyword here is less efficient and less effective, which will be redundant in some sort of way. So what you should do now is you should go over here is atomic level, right? Atomic level. You should further normalize your table to the second form. This is like evolution, you know. Now change to the second form already. First form just now is you reduce down to atomic level. Now the second form is the focus is on partial dependency. Partial dependency. All right. We will try to break down. Now this is the part where things start to come. Things start to become interesting. All right. This is where things start to become interesting. This is all the fun part of this chapter. Hopefully it's fun to you lah. This is when you want to create a partial. It's a partial dependency. All right, you want to remove the partial dependency out of the table. So let's go down over here to this form over here. We can see that to get a customer record, all right, we need to know the customer, we need to know the product, and then what are the order details, right? Three things. And all other informations will be partially dependent for these three main things: customer, product, and then order details. All right, customer, product, order details. These are the three main what we call entity. All right, these are the three main entity to record a customer order. These are the three main entity, and we want to break this table into these three entity, so that when we manage the data is managed more effectively and efficiently. The keyword will not run away, right? Just that how we actually do it. You understand? After we break this down or we combine this table, is there changes? There is changes. Is the speed is faster? All right, means that the computer don't have to read line by line. All right, it just read on certain code. It will work faster. Basically, you're streamlining. All right, you're cutting out some shortcuts for the computer to process the information faster. This table by itself already works. Just that if you want to have a faster system, you have to break them down into different parts and combine them in relationship. Only it works faster. Is it okay? Am I making it clear? You can stop at first form, okay already. No, this is good already. However, it is not fast, right? It's not efficient. Okay. So what you want to do is, you can see over here, we want to break this table into 4 different parts. All right. Following this partial dependency. The first part we want to break down is the customer. All right. All the information that is all the attributes, all right, all the attributes, BUT, is it attributes like this? Attributes, right, all the attributes with S, all right, all the attributes that is related to the customer, you will group them into one table, okay? And then, of course, the product, all the attribute that is related to the product, you will group them into one table as well. And then the order into one table, and finally the order details. Okay, order details. Partial dependency. All right, you want to break them. You want to break this information down into different tables so that the system can run faster. All right, so that it will prevent redundancy, it will prevent confusion, it will prevent a lot of things. So how you do it? You break them down into these 4 different tables. In the second form, you can see over here. Now the customer tables, you have the customer ID, customer name, address, region, and sales reps. All right. It looks more simple, right? And then you got the product ID, product name, and the price, basically the unit price. You got the order on the order ID, customer ID, and order dates, and the order details, which means what are the orders that the customer has purchased. This is not the end yet, okay? This is just the, I'm just trying to tell you that if we break them to the second normal form, right? It means the table will break the table down into smaller form, right? Basically, this is a list of attributes, all right, that we want to collect from the order. And if you want to process this, it will be quite complicated. It will be redundant in certain ways. So, in second form, what you want to do is you group them into the attribute where there is partial dependency on the customer, product, orders, and order details. All right. This is an example for the order. But okay, this is not the end yet because you cannot see, right? You cannot see what is this, right? Suddenly, why is it come out like this? Yeah, the focus is still the same. We are still recording the customer order. Instead of you record the customer order from this list of row, all right, you are breaking them down into these different tables, and this table should be already, you should have already preset this one. So the customer you already have inside your system, products you already have inside the system. So what you should focus at is the order. All right. When to order, when the customer should order. All right. When the customer order, only you will record this data over here. Can you see that? You can just select from this automatically. You can see from here, right? From this final level over here, final form over here, right? You can see that, oh, there is alright, just ignore that. You can see that there is an order, alright, 1001, alright, and this order is from this customer, alright. You can see it actually links over here, right? And this customer is actually Azak. Can you see that? And what is this order about? It's P001, which is the Japan. All right, can you see that? And then this is the price, and then this is the quantity. So when you record by that time, you don't have to record this whole thing, right? When you input inside your system, right, you don't have to input the whole thing inside a single form. Same like your Shopee, you open up your Shopee system, do you enter one by one your name each time when you purchase an order? Do you fill up your name? The name you don't fill up, right? Because you already recorded. Oh, you already record the name early. You already pre-recorded. You understand? Your name you still have, right? You still have your name, but your name you already saved in somewhere else already. So in the Shopee, right, when you purchase the order, what the Shopee system do is they just recall your name. You don't have to fill in again, unless you want to change your name lah. Right? You change your name, then you can change the name over here. Right? You get what I'm trying to say? This is the second form of the database. All right, the table that you will have when you want to collect the information. You want to systematically arrange them, right? And in second level, you will move all the information, all the attributes that is related to certain entity into the table accordingly. Okay, boleh? Are you all okay? Your friend all okay? Good. Then we got the third form. All right, the third form is the ultimate lah. All right, the third evolution lah. All right, the third form is the ultimate form, which is transitive. Right, transitive. I forgot that word. See, I also forgot already lah. But there's a term lah. There's a term for this. It's like atomic, like this term lah. This kind of term lah. There's another term for this lah. I need to go and find out. Right. But the term over here means that you can also. Is it one of your friends just came in and then just ran out? I don't know. Okay, I will give a break after this one. Okay, after the third NF. After that, I will give a break. Then we'll come back after that. Okay. This third NF focus on the one that is not the main. All right. For example, okay, I put in layman terms. All right. These are very complicated terms. Over here, we break them down into the entities. Right. Over here means different groups of entities. Later, I will tell you what is it. Basically, different entities. All right. Customer, product, and order or order details. And in the third form, if you look at this table over here, right? Basically, in the third form, after you identify the main entities, you can further break them down some more, right? The one that is transitive, I forgot the term, but basically, if you look at the customer table over here, right, this customer table over here, you can further break this customer table down into the customer information and this one over here, the person that represents, all right, the sales representative, and the region over there is referring to the sales rep lah. The sales rep is in this region. You understand? So this is second form. So in third form, you want to break this down further. This is a simple example. In reality, maybe this customer is a taxpayer. You understand? Taxpayer? Tax. Tax. So a certain customer is tax exempt, certain customer is a taxpayer. And then you need to charge them tax accordingly. So there will be more tables, you know. And then you got maybe the what we have a credit limit, Okay, you have the credit limit. You understand? You can collect a lot of things from the customer, more attributes on the customer. What's the more we have? Maybe the customer TIN number. Have you all learned tax? Haven't learned tax yet? There's a TIN number. The tax is TIN. TIN. Tax identification number, I think. TIN number. So also you want to record them inside your customer details. You understand? And then maybe phone number. Phone number is inside here. You will not break them out. But depending on how you want to build the system, how you want to build the database, you can even split down the particular into further details. There's no rule of thumb on how do you group the attribute, but the rule is only on this one, how you want to normalize it, all right, on which level, and then what is the focus at each level. And over here is the third form. So over here we can see that this is the third form of the of course, just break down the customer, right? The customer table over here. All right, just look at this one. Let me just put a different color. The focus is only on these two. All right, only on the, and then this one always remain the same back lah. This one remains the same back. I didn't copy paste lah. Okay. You're not happy, then I should just this. Let me just go here. Copy this one and put this one over here, right? Paste. Okay, now are you happy now? So basically in the level, the third form, just take this one away. You will see is the product over here. The product over here is the same bag, but the focus is on this one, alright? You break down the one that is not the main, basically. Basically there will be the focus like this, alright? When you go down the level over here, it means the table become more, what's the word over here? Simple, right? Simple. All right, that's it.